The Progressive Caucus budget is a budget that we put out every year. In the last 2 years, it's gotten a fair amount of attention. We come to a balance in 10 years, which is far better than the Ryan budget. I think that the Ryan budget is irresponsible. It simply redistributes wealth from the lowest and moderate income people to the richest, and this has not been a strategy that works. Trickle-down economics has proven to be a failure. There's no empirical evidence to support it, and yet they keep on arguing for it. But we're going to stand against it by organizing working class and middle class people across America. The budget for all is a key pillar of what the Progressive Caucus will always put forth, because we believe equitable, fair, and economically sound budgeting is what the whole country should be about. And it means that we should strive for peace around the world and make sure that we're converting our military to protect America, but Cold War weapon systems, investment in nuclear stockpiles, things like this are things we don't need and we should try to reduce. The military expenses have doubled since 2001. There's no reason they have that. It's not justified by any particular threat. It's one war we should never have been in, which is Iraq. That's one key expense. And another war we should be getting out of as soon as we can, which is Afghanistan. And so why does America need 174 military bases around the world? I don't think we need that. Why shouldn't Europe shoulder a greater expense for its own defense? That's a good question. Our military footprint in Europe is to protect them from the Soviet Union. There doesn't exist a Soviet Union. In the first part of the budget, where we spend money on jobs, on infrastructure, on basic research, we make sure that we also put money and resources into workforce development, so our people are ready for the 21st century employment, and that we're investing and make sure that young people and not so young people, maybe people who've even had a career, can come back and get the proper training so that they can put food on the table and contribute to our economy. Our tax burden must be shared in an equitable way. We don't even raise taxes on the middle class. We do allow the top rates to go back to Clinton era tax rates, which I think is a good thing, because of course that was a year of great prosperity. And I think that there's no doubt that if we had more money in our nation's coffers, we could keep our police officers, our firefighters, our teachers, our public health nurses, our people who make the water safe to drink and the air clean to breathe. We can keep them on the job. We protect the basic social safety net, which is Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. We make sure there's no benefit cuts. The budget for all is based on not only fiscally sound principles, but also morally sound principles, because we do believe to whom much is given, much is expected. We do believe that we have a duty to the poor. We do believe that we need to make sure that the workman is paid for his hire. And it is the kind of thing that people who have a faith orientation, no matter what particular religious group they come from, will recognize. In the Gospels of Jesus, it says, in Luke, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. I have come to preach good news to the poor, And in the Jewish scripture, it says, let there be no needy among you. And it even says in the Torah that you should leave some of your wheat crop on the ground so that poor people can come pick it up. And of course in Islam, it says that you should care for the needy, the wayfarer, the orphan, and the people who ask. And so these are principles that we all recognize, and our budget should reflect this. And if they don't reflect this, it shows how far we are from the basic core teaching that we've all been exposed to. So I think that there are a lot of changes that could be made to address the debt. The question is who's really serious about it and who uses it as a political weapon. And the Progressive Caucus is serious about cutting the debt and the deficit.